Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this next edition of Chat with Spencer. My name is Spencer Bonney. I'm the Executive Director of Achieve Brown County, and I am joined today by two very special people, two of our AmeriCorps VISTAs, Erika Ditzman and Nikki Erdmann. I'll let them introduce themselves momentarily, but for those of you that are joining us for the very first time, let me remind you and everybody else that is joining for their second, third, or fourth time why we are here. So we set these up at Nikki's suggestion late last year as a way of helping all of you, our friends on Facebook and in the world of social media, better get to appreciate and understand the work of Achieve Brown County, especially through the insights, perspectives, eyes, ears, lived experiences of our partners. So if you are watching this for that second, third, or fourth time, you know that I've had the opportunity to interview a number of different fantastic people over the past number of months, all partners to or with Achieve Brown County. And you've gotten to get to know them as well as the work that we do together with them. Today, however, is a little bit different. To be honest, it's a bit weird for me because I am going to turn the tables with the help of Erika and Nikki, and I'm going to let them now tell you what's up. So, Nikki.
Thanks, Spencer. Yeah, this is going to be fun. So I'm Nikki. I'm the departing communications coordinator. I will be leaving ABC shortly, as well as Spencer. So we're doing this special edition of Chat with Spencer to kind of get the audience know Spencer more as he's soon to be leaving ABC, and just kind of make it a fun farewell chat with Spencer. So Erika, do you want to introduce yourself quick, and then we'll start off with the first question?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Erika. I'm the current communications coordinator, and we're going to be interviewing Spencer, and it's going to be a real fun time.
All right. Well, we're going to start off with, who is Spencer Bonney?
Great question. Thank you, Nikki. So when I sit down for any kind of formal interview and I get asked that question, what I start with is the three things that are most important to me. First of all, my family. I am married to a wonderful woman. Her name is Martha. We've been married for the past 21 years and a couple months. And we have two amazing children, our daughter, Ella, and our son, Joshua. The three of them, are the most important thing in the world to me. They are the center of my world. The second most important thing to me is my faith, and I don't necessarily mean faith from a religious standpoint or necessarily even a spiritual standpoint. Those are most definitely important to me, but my faith in humanity, my faith that the world can be a better place because of all of us, because of the choices that we make relative to how we live together and take care of this place that we call home. And then the third thing that's most important to me is my greatest passion from a vocational standpoint. I have, from the very beginning of my career, been most motivated to doing one thing, and that's helping young people realize their full potential and make a positive difference in the world, thereby making the world a better place. My entire career has been focused on work related to that passion. I've been incredibly fortunate to have the opportunity to pursue a number of different lines of work, if you will, in service to that greatest passion of mine, including in my work with Achieve Brown County. So those three things that are most important to me that really define who I am, who is Spencer Bonney, are my family, my faith in the world, and humanity, that humanity can make the world a better place, and my greatest passion, which is to help young people realize their potential and make a positive difference.
So kind of going off that, so what are your hobbies? What do you do in your free time?
Another good question. I'm tempted to say I don't have a whole lot of free time, but that's not true. I'm actually really fortunate to have just enough free time. I would say that most of my hobbies have to do with the outdoors. So I have always loved the outdoors ever since I was a kid. I went to a YMCA camp that gave me some amazing opportunities to learn about nature and explore nature, and that's really solidified my passion for all things outdoors. My family and I like to spend, not surprisingly, a lot of time outside in our spare time, from going on walks to biking, both on paved trails and on mountain bike trails. I am an avid mountain biker. We also like to go canoeing and kayaking. We love to camp. Our family, almost every year, with the exception of the past few, because of the pandemic mostly, has made summer camping trips to some really amazing places across the country and even into Canada. A few years ago, we did the Lake Superior Circle Tour. We took almost 2 weeks to drive around the circumference of Lake Superior, and we camp using just a tent still. We are tent campers. We're kind of purists in that way, but by and large, whenever I have free time, I love to spend it outside as much as possible.
What's your favorite outdoor location? Do you have a favorite place you've been, or?
Oh gosh, I have lots of favorites. My family and I really love the North Woods of Wisconsin. That camp that I mentioned, it's called Camp Manitowish. It's a YMCA camp in Boulder Junction, is located in the heart of the North Woods. And because our kids are both campers there currently, my wife and I met while we were working on staff there over 21 years ago now. We're very fortunate to get to go up to Manitowish quite often. I actually serve on the board of directors for Manitowish as well, Camp Manitowish as well. So the North Woods is one of our absolute most favorite places, but we have a number of other favorite places as well, one of which is the place that we're about to move to, Arizona. I went to school in Colorado at Colorado College, so I love the Rocky Mountains as well. So many great places, so many to name, actually, but those are some of the few that stand out.
All right, so what has been your journey and how did you get to where you are today?
So I started my journey in a suburb of Chicago called Wilmette. That's where I spent the first 18 years of my life. I mentioned previously that I went to school at Colorado College, a small liberal arts school in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I went there with aspirations of becoming the real life Joel Fleischman from the TV show Northern Exposure. So I think this show dates the two of you, but some of my generation, Gen X, might remember that show. And Joel Fleischman was a doctor in a very backwoods town in the middle of Alaska. That's who I wanted to be when I grew up. But something happened my sophomore year of college. I walked into the campus center and there were two recruiters from Camp Manitowish looking to hire counselors for the summer camp program. And when I met with them and talked with them about the opportunity, I knew right away I was going to go back to Manitowish, this time as a staff member, and work there. And that was the first of what turned out to be 6 successive summers that I worked at Manitowish. And in the first 3, up to the point that I graduated college, I realized that what I loved to do most and what I thought I was best at in the time in my life was working with and for young people, hence where that passion that I shared earlier came from. So when I graduated from CC and had the choice of going on to medical school and continuing to pursue that other vision that I had for my life, I decided to take a right or left turn and pursue, at least temporarily, continued work with the YMCA. So my first full-time job upon graduating college was as an outdoor education instructor at another YMCA camp called Camp Erdmann on the north shore of the island of Oahu in Hawaii. So I got to work in Hawaii right out of college as an outdoor education instructor. The next summer I came back to Manitowish, and then again came back to Manitowish for some more summers, leading to the point where I actually left Manitowish a few years later and moved into another full-time role at the Door County YMCA, just up the road from the Green Bay Y, as a youth program director. From there, I moved into another role with the Green Bay Y, and then a role with the National Y, YMCA of the USA, where I led a national initiative focused on engaging young people civically. It was called the Civic Engagement Initiative. In that role, I got to travel all across the country and work with Ys to help them engage young people civically. I then went on to another Y job back in Colorado, of all places, worked as a chief operating officer there, left the Y for a short period of time to serve as a leadership and organizational development consultant with an organization in Green Bay called Pathmakers, went back to the Y about 5 years later, back at the National Y to help lead another initiative, this one focused on closing the achievement gap across the country. And when I left YMCA of the USA, this is now 2018, I then got connected to Achieve Brown County and have been with Achieve Brown County now for almost 3 years. So that's how I got to where I'm at today from a professional standpoint. One other thing I would say, as I mentioned before, I met my wife, Martha, when we were both on staff at Camp Manitowish. We were a summer romance gone well. It stuck. I think that positioned us well to then get married ultimately 21 years ago, and we've been happily married ever since.
That's awesome. What a crazy journey. Life is just wonderful and amazing, and it's a great ride.
It is, Erika. Looking back, I would not have expected my life to go the way that it wants by any means. It's been a lot of this. It's been a lot of zigs and zags. I had aspirations of a very linear career when I went to college, but you're absolutely right. Life is crazy, and I'm so grateful for the opportunities that I was presented along the way. So grateful, more so, for the people that I had the opportunity to meet and work with. There are so many great people that I remain friends with from my time with the Y, from my time with Pathmakers, even that that continue to enrich my lives in so many immeasurable ways. So I am incredibly grateful for all of what I have been through personally over the course of my life, to be sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel that on a personal level. I think a lot of people can relate. But so you mentioned that you're, moving to Arizona. So what are you going to miss about Green Bay?
Oh gosh, lots. First of all, I'm going to miss the people in Green Bay. And I've been saying to people, this is not goodbye. This is just, we'll see you later, because we hope people will come visit us in Green Bay or in Arizona. And I know that we will absolutely come back and visit our friends and family in Green Bay and in Wisconsin, the upper Midwest in general as well. As everybody knows, summers in Arizona are quite hot. So we've talked about wanting to come back to Wisconsin in the summertime and enjoy all that Wisconsin summers have to offer. I think we'll for sure figure out a way to make that happen. But in addition to the people, we'll miss the community of Green Bay as well. Because I came from Chicago originally, grew up a Bears fan, and was a transplant to Green Bay. I got to know Green Bay in a really unique way. First of all, I would tell all of you Packers fans out there, I was an instant convert. In fact, On my very first date with Martha, she took me to a Packers game, and I saw the lights. I knew I just had to be a Packers fan at one point, and you can't not live in Green Bay and not be a Packers fan on some level. The Packers are such a great story, and the Packers are a big part of the identity and community of Green Bay as well. So all that is to say, Green Bay has such a strong sense of community, and that's because there are so many great people that are invested in making Green Bay, Brown County overall, a great place to live, a great place to have a family, a great place for kids to go to school, a great place for all of us to work. I'm going to certainly, my family and I are going to certainly miss all of that, but we also feel really, really fortunate to be moving to another great place, one that we've come to really enjoy and love spending time at, and now we'll get to spend time here in Arizona in a different way.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I may not be a Packers fan. I agree with you on the rest of that.
I just wanted to touch back on something you said. Did you say it was Camp Erdmann? Or what?
Yes. Yeah, it just occurred to me, Nikki. Yes, the name of the camp is Camp H.R. Erdmann on the North Shore of Oahu. And it never occurred to me that it shares the same name as your last name.
That's funny.
That is funny. Small world, right?
Because Erdmann in German is man of the earth.
Interesting. So. I did not know that either.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, getting back on track here, if you could describe your time at Achieve Brown County in 3 words, what would that be? I know that's a hard question, but you could just boil it down to 3 words, what would they be?
It is a hard question, but it's a really good one. And because Erika, you shared that question with me ahead of time, I actually put some thought into what I would say. So the first word that came to mind was fulfilling. My time here has been, from a professional standpoint, and even a personal standpoint, some of the most fulfilling, 3 years of my entire life. Another word I would use is challenging, and I don't mean, challenging sometimes comes with a negative in a connotation. I don't mean that at all. It has been individually challenging, collectively challenging. The work that we do is challenging work by its nature. Certainly everything that has happened, especially over the past 1.5 years relative to the pandemic, has been incredibly challenging. But in that challenge, there's been opportunities to learn and grow that I am so grateful for. And then the last word I would offer is gratefulness or gratitude. I feel so incredibly grateful to have had the opportunity to work for this organization, to serve in the 2 roles that I had. The initial role that I was hired for, Director of Research and Community Impact, and then the role of Executive Director, and more than anything, to work with just some amazing, amazing people. Our team, both our staff and our VISTAs, our board members, our partners. Since I spent a lot of time in my career working at the national level with the YMCA of the USA, I, as I mentioned, got to travel all over the country and work with some amazing people and Ys in some amazing communities. But this role that I've had over the past 2.5 years, and in my original role, the work that I've done in Achieve Brown County gave me the opportunity to pursue my passion in my own backyard, in my own community, after nearly 20 years of pursuing my passion in other ways. And I'm so grateful to have had that opportunity and to meet so many amazing people. My work with Achieve Brown County has affirmed for me how amazing Green Bay, Brown County, northeastern Wisconsin is a place to live and work. So I just, again, feel incredibly, incredibly grateful for all of the opportunities that I've had, the people that I've had gotten the chance to meet get to know and work with, the things that we've done together, what we've accomplished in the past 3 years. Just feel really grateful for that.
That's really great. I mean, you summed it up really well. So I know you've mentioned this a little bit. So what's your life like after ABC? What's next for Spencer?
Good question. So I know I already mentioned that my family and I are moving to Arizona. Although we're moving for personal reasons, I feel incredibly grateful to have the opportunity to transition into a role that is remote based and one that will keep me very directly connected to Achieve Brown County. So one of Achieve Brown County's strongest partners is an organization called SysLogic. It's our technology partner. It's based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It is owned and led by a fantastic woman. Her name is Tina Chang. And I will be joining Tina and her team at SysLogic as the executive director of social impact. And in that role, I will have the opportunity to do 3 things primarily. One, I'll get to work with Tina and the team to help SysLogic build upon its nonprofit client base. So SysLogic already works with nonprofit organizations like Achieve Brown County, but there are lots of opportunities for it to expand its base, scale its work with other nonprofits around the country. So I will have the opportunity to do that. I will also have the opportunity to help SysLogic's for-profit clients through the work that it does with them, explore how they can broaden and deepen their social impact in partnership with SysLogic. And I will also help SysLogic figure out how to broaden and deepen its own social impact by working with its many employees and helping them to explore and lift up their passions for doing good in the communities in which they live, both locally in the Milwaukee area where SysLogic is based, and in the other communities that some employees live around the country. So all of my role is really focused on broadening and deepening social impacts through the work that SysLogic does. And as I previously mentioned, the great win-win in this for me personally is in my role at SysLogic, I will continue to have the opportunity to work with and for Achieve Brown County through the partnership that SysLogic has with Achieve Brown County, particularly around how we take this model that we built with data here at the local level, this amazing thing that we call the community information system, the amazing partnerships that we, along with the United Way, our partner in owning, so to speak, the community information system, have built with our 3 healthcare systems, with all 8 Brown County school districts, with countless nonprofits, with government agencies, all aimed at putting individual record level data into the system, integrating it, analyzing it for doing good for our young people, for painting a picture of what's really going on with them, and then figuring out how to best meet their needs. What we have done here is truly unique to our community. It's unduplicated anywhere else in the country. There is so much from that model that we can lift up and share with other communities across the country. And SysLogic has a big role to play in doing that. So I'm really excited to help Achieve Brown County and its partners continue to build and expand on the data work that we have going on in Green Bay and Brown County, and figure out how to scale that in a way that continues to benefit Achieve Brown County and Brown County overall, but also brings this great model to others across the country. So really excited about that.
All right, well, kind of piggybacking off that, the whole Arizona theme, what are you excited to do or see in Arizona? I know it's a totally different environment than the Midwest, so I know you've been there, a lot, but I guess now that you're going to be a resident, what are you looking forward to doing?
Yeah, great question, Nikki. So the first thing that comes to mind is something that I think everybody who lives in the upper Midwest would recognize about a state like Arizona, which is in the desert Southwest, that its winters are a little bit different than what we all get to experience in the upper Midwest. So one of the things my family and I are really looking forward to is doing all the things that we love to do outside in the wintertime here. So the Phoenix area, which is where we're looking to move, does not get snow in the winter. The average temperature in the dead of the winter, if you will, is in the upper 60s, low 70s here. So we will get to, while everybody is playing in the snow in the cold in Green Bay, we'll get to wear shorts and short sleeves and do all the things that we love to do, from, again, hiking to biking to camping, you name it. And so many of those opportunities will be right at our doorstep here too. There are so many great places to do those things. Just here in the greater Valley of the Sun, the greater Phoenix area, as well as just up the road, so to speak. So we're really looking forward to not only doing things, but exploring some amazing places in and around Phoenix and Arizona in the desert Southwest. We also have family that live down here too. Some of them live down here just in the wintertime. Others of them live here full time. So we're looking forward to spending some more time with them. Obviously, in moving, we're leaving some of our family behind in the upper Midwest. So we're looking forward to them visiting us in Arizona, especially in the winter months when it's a little bit warmer down here and they get to share in the t-shirt and short wearing and abundant sunshine as well. All of the Phoenix area gets over 300 sunny days per year. So that is something that we are looking forward to as well. This is a big move for us. Obviously, moving 2,000 miles across the country for anybody is big. It's big for our kids as they transition into going to new schools. And I think the mindset that we've really tried to take, as much as we recognize that we are leaving a lot of things that we love about our life behind in Green Bay, we're also looking forward to the opportunities that we'll have to pursue here in Arizona as well. So it's a bit bittersweet, but again, we're trying to take a really positive mindset focused on the opportunities ahead for us.
Well, I'm extremely jealous because I hate the snow. So I'll be thinking about you when it's like freezing cold and like below zero here. But as we're getting to the end of our time, do you have any parting words that you'd like to say to our audience?
Well, I just would like to, again, focus on one of those three words that you asked me about earlier, and that word is gratitude. I cannot begin to tell the two of you, the rest of the Achieve Brown County team, all of our key stakeholders, board members, investors, and partners who may be watching, how incredibly grateful I am for the opportunity that you all gave me to work with and for you over the past almost 3 years now. My time with Achieve Brown County has been personally life-changing for me. It's been life-affirming. I would say of all of the gigs that I've had throughout my career, all of this, this opportunity has been the one where I feel like I really found my sweet spot. And I am just incredibly grateful for that. And all of you have everything to do with that as well. I have long believed and said to many throughout my journey that I will long forget as my days and years go by everything that I did and accomplished. But I will long remember the people that I had to work with along the way to do that. And I am so grateful for the people that I have had the opportunity to meet, get to know, work with, build lifelong friendships with over the past 3 years. So really in all of that, what I'm trying to say is thank you. Thanks for giving me that opportunity to work with and for you. Thanks for putting your faith and trust in me and in our organization. It is in great hands right now. It will be in great hands when the board identifies and hires the next executive director, she or they will be on board hopefully sometime mid to late fall. In the meantime, the organization is in really great hands, and I'm just so excited to see what happens next. You know, it's been this kind of journey for Achieve Brown County over the past 2 or 3 years, and I think that trajectory is going to steepen that much more when the new executive director arrives. So thank you is ultimately what I wanted to say as my parting words.
Well, thank you. Now that you've made the entire audience start crying. But thank you for, being here, and thank you for all that you've done. So
Yeah, thank you, Spencer. I think anyone who knows you knows how a positive person that you are, so you're going to be greatly missed.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you to the two of you for giving me the opportunity to be on the other side today. Again, I'm really, really grateful. And Nikki, I just have to say to you, thank you for coming up with this idea, Chat with Spencer. It's been a real joy to do this and get to know the people that I've had the opportunity to do this with over the past number of months. So Erika, the ball is in, the torch is in your hands now to carry this on with the next executive director when they are on board. And I would say also the rest of the team, because I think there are opportunities for them to do this too. So thank you to the two of you.
absolutely. Well, it looks like we're at time, 9:31.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Look for more installments. As I just said, these will not go away despite the name change. I'll be very excited to who the next chat with is going to be. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll see you next time.